In this boiling hot episode, Ed heads over to the Gamewalhalla grass sale to score some bargain deals for the 16-bit Sega, gets close to an Australian exclusive game for the Game Boy full set, and picks up a Game Genie. How convenient, because I'm Michael B. the Game Genie, and you're watching Ed's Retro Geek Out.
So it's just another Sunday morning. Where are you going to find us at that time? Sunday morning is when we hit the flea markets and the garage sales. And over here, we're already digging around in some boxes, trying to find some cool retro games. I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of retro games out here. It's because we're not really at a garage sale. This is Gamewalhalla's grass sale. There's only retro game vendors over here, which is a lot better because, well, you're gonna find retro games at least this time. Instead of going to the garage sales and coming out empty, over here you're sure to be finding some cool games. Well, hey guys, today we're over at Gamewalhalla's grass sale. They're not selling wacky tobacco, but they're actually selling freaking games. I'm addicted to games. Did you know that? I already bought some Nintendo cardboard to feed my addiction. I bought some games. I even found a Game Boy game or two I didn't have yet.
Nice, so this is a flea market with only game vendors. That sure helps when you keep coming up empty retro-wise at the swap meets.
This event is going on full swing. It's pretty cool. It's bringing the community together. There's a ton of friends over here. We get to hang out. I was gonna have a stand over here, but I have to go play a show later on today. So I have to leave early, which definitely sucks. I wish I could stay longer over here and just chat around with pals and stuff and get great deals, because deals are flying around over here, man. Let's go check out what the guys have. And the first boot we hit up is Gunter from Retro Gaming Fun. He brought over some cheap boxes, and there's actually pretty good titles in here. I didn't do a great job filming this part, but the stuff you see me picking up are things like Gauntlet for the Genesis. We got Light Crusader. All of these Mega Drive games are only €7 each. Okay, maybe the label is kind of damaged on the cartridge and it doesn't come with the manual, but €7 a piece for these Mega Drive titles is pretty good. Now, the next game I pick up is one I've been looking for the longest time.
Be sure to grab that Comic Zone.
Oh yeah, buddy, I will pick up that Comic Zone. Comic Zone looks so freaking cool. This beat 'em up is one I've been looking for forever, and it's out here for €7. Okay, it doesn't have the manual, but I need the game. I want to play this. This game looks awesome.
Comic Zone is a 1995 beat 'em up for the Sega Genesis, or your European Mega Drive variant. The game is set within the panels of a comic. Each level consists of 2 pages wherein you control the character called Sketch as you guide him to the comic, ensuring he doesn't get killed in the storyline.
The 16-bit graphics in this one are just amazing, and the way the game works is you going from panel to panel. You even get to choose some of the directions you go, how you progress through this comic book based game. It's amazing. So yeah, I got those 3 Mega Drive games for almost nothing. They were like €6 a piece in the end because, well, we threw together a lot of stuff over there. I also picked up RoboCop 2 for the NES complete in box. Not the best RoboCop game, but hey, what are you gonna do? There was a box I needed, so you know, I upgraded it for the Nintendo cardboard. And then I also picked up some oddities like this Atari Lynx.
Introducing Lynx from Atari.
This is a portable gaming system made by Atari. It was meant to compete with the Game Boy. You know, I'm a real Game Boy nut. I'm collecting for a full set, but this is something I needed in my collection just to have it, to pop it right next to the Sega Game Gear and the original Game Boy. So this was one of the other competitors. I didn't get any games for this, so I haven't really tested it out yet, but come on. This was €5. I couldn't leave this behind. It looks pretty darn good actually, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then of course we have the special guest for this episode. Oh my god, you guys. I've been watching this dude for the past 5 or 6 years, I swear. And it's Michael B, the Game Genie, and I happened to pick up a freaking Game Genie in the box.
Game Genie from Galoo, the awesome video game enhancer for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Attach it to most of your video games, like Double Dragon 2, Super Mario Bros. 3. And buckle up, cause you'll do what no video dude has done before.
Go to any level, jump higher, stay bigger, live forever. Game Genie, the radical video game enhancer from Galoo.
I'm always looking for accessories for the original NES, and this one was kind of a add-on thing. So Michael, did you have a Game Genie growing up?
Have I used the Game Genie? Well, you betcha. I actually got it for my birthday. Not really my birthday. I got it with my birthday money from my party. I actually made a pretty fatal mistake. I had a choice of buying Final Fantasy on the NES or buying the Game Genie, and the Game Genie won out, so I picked that up. And I used it a ton when I was a kid. Played on a lot of different stuff. Not necessarily to beat the games, but to see what kind of weird stuff you could do in the game. Do I use it nowadays? No, not at all. It's just kind of like, I'm a big nostalgia guy, so the nostalgia of having a Game Genie, and I was like the only kid I knew who had one when I was a kid. You know, that's kind of where I took the moniker from.
Well, I just got one now. It's probably going to end up on top of my shelf somewhere. I don't think I'm going to use it, but did you ever use it actually on a game, or...
What games have I used the Game Genie on? Well, it was the only way as a kid I was able to beat Mega Man 3. Like, I find Mega Man 3 to be probably one of the hardest games in the series, and I can beat it now, but as a kid, I couldn't imagine getting anywhere in Mega Man 3 without the Game Genie. I use it a lot on Super Mario Bros. 3 too, not necessarily to beat the game, although I did beat it with it, but to see what kind of weird stuff you could do, like to use, I forget what it's called, it's like Lakudu's Boot or Lakidu's Boot. I loved that thing, and basically there was a code where you could have that like right from the start of the game or always use it.
So this was filmed during the heat wave in Belgium last summer. As you can see, the grass, it's not really grass anymore. It just looks brown. But hey, there's a lot of deals flying over here. The next vendor we hit up is another buddy of mine, and he brought over a Guerrilla War for the NES, and it's in the box. It's only 15 euros. I also see a Donkey Kong 3 Game & Watch I've been wanting for the longest time. Put the two together and I get a deal. I don't remember how much I paid, but well, you know, the complete in box NES game was only 15. I think I paid 20 for the Game & Watch. Maybe he ended up giving it to me for 30 euros. That would be an amazing deal. That was probably an amazing deal I got over there. Anyway, Guerrilla Wars.
An overhead run and gun by SNK, kind of like Ikari Warriors. The game actually came out for the Famicom as Guevara. Referring to the Guevara, the second player would be Fidel Castro, and making it a bit too political for the Western markets. That's why they localized it for Europe, USA, and for the same reason, the Famicom version is considered a collector's piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be looking out for that Famicom version then, but anyways, I'm glad this one's hitting the shelf in my collection. So I also come across another NES game I've been wanting for the longest time. This one is called Zen the Intergalactic Ninja. However, I'm not up to date on the prices on this one, and I think he's asking just a little too much, so I pop it back and I move on to the next find. The next find is kind of strange for me. I don't usually pick up any Japanese games, but over here there's a Kirby game, and I think the USA variant is Tilt and Tumble or something like that, so you would have to play it interactively and, you know, move your Game Boy around. This one didn't get a release in Europe. I'm probably gonna have to go for the NTSC copy also, but this one was in the box. It's got Kirby on it. It's gonna look great in my collection. That's why I wanted it, because I'm a really big Kirby fan, even though most of the games are pretty easy, but hey, I like easy games sometimes. What are your thoughts on Kirby?
Kirby's a fun little game, isn't it? as Kirby's gone on, I've played like all the games, and they're fun, but for some reason I just find them really slow. For me, nothing ever goes back to that experience of playing the first Kirby game, Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. I absolutely love that game, and I've gone back and played pretty much every other game in the series first, but nothing just quite hits that magic for me of playing the first game. I don't know why. I just find the game kind of slow.
So not only outside is the grass sale happening with lots of vendors, but also on the inside, Gamewalhalla, the store is open. It's packed inside. I did check out some of the stuff inside, but there was just too many people. I hope Kuhn is going to do this one again next year, because I think, in my opinion, it was definitely a success. I'm going to get a stand there next time this thing is going down, because there's some great deals out there. After looking at the footage, I should have gotten that Golden Axe Duel for the Sega Saturn. I've been wanting that game for the longest time, but you know, you win some, you lose some.
16-bit everyone. Hi there. You got promoted to camera guy?
Yep. So, tell us, did you find anything yet?
Oh, sorry. The mic just fell off. So yeah, I found some stuff. Two broken supervisions, because I want to make one working one. Swamp Thing for 20. I think that's an okay price. Yeah. It's a bit, got a little bit of label damage here, but I think I can restore it. And then this was pretty cool. Burger Time handheld 5. So this bag I bought from somebody for 25. And it's all MSX games. The best one in there is Eggland, but it's actually the first Lolo's Adventure, but on the MSX, not on the SNES.
I'm always looking for Game Boy games I still need, and I bump into a friend of mine, and he says, over in the car, I have some doubles. Now, this guy already has a full set for all the Game Boy games loose, so this is the perfect dude for me to go and check out. Hey, he's probably gonna have some cool stuff over there. And one of the first things I find is Agrisaur. Okay, so there's two I don't have, Agrisaur and Jelly Boy. This is an Australian exclusive, but it's freaking pricey, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Do you have a Jelly Boy on the back? Oh, this one's only 5. This one you only want to trade, right? Or would you want to take a cash offer on it? No. Pretty much basically the same game as We're Back, Baby T-Rex, and Bamse, which is a Swedish or a Scandinavian exclusive. It's the same game always with just a different sprite, and it's not a terribly good game, but they're so rare and so expensive, so every time you see one, you really have to make your move on it. He wants Shantae for this, right? He wants to trade Shantae for this, so that's the really hard to get Game Boy Color game. Great platformer. I kind of get it. This is like a label variant, a name variant for We're Back, Baby T-Rex, and Bamse. So yeah, 4 games with just the same gameplay, different sprite. It's ridiculous how pricey this is, but you know, I'll just take Jelly Boy for now.
At least you got away with Jelly Boy. You could have been a Jolly Boy with that Agrisaur.
Guess I'm gonna have to find a Shantae and trade it with him, but I also want Shantae, so I'm gonna have to find 2 Shantaes. It's gonna be challenging, but you never know. One of the things that Michael V, the Game Genie, has taught me well is his full NES Chronicles series that he has on his channel. He went for a complete NES set, and so Michael, what is it like collecting for a full set?
One of my experiences going for a full set like I did with the NES, it kind of becomes consuming. Like, it's pretty much the only thing you think of, and you're constantly trying to find out new ways to find stuff, especially when you go through dull periods. When you first start out, it's usually pretty good, especially at the NES, because NES stuff was everywhere, so it wasn't too hard to find stuff. But as you get up higher in the numbers and you're looking for some of the rarer games, not always expensive, just uncommon type games, that's when the hunt really gets interesting, and you really got to expand your search criteria. You have to make connections with other collectors, other things like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I miss doing it, and I can't really say much more than that.
Now I can't leave before I pick up one more game. I kind of wanted to add another NES game I did not yet have. Zen is out of price range, and you know, when you're not sure about the price or the value of a game, you shouldn't really go for it if it's that high in price. So I turned to somewhat of a cheaper game, and my buddy Renzo points out, hey, you have baseball stars? Don't have that one? Do you have money?
Yes.
I already spent all mine.
That's a nice pickup, often claimed to be the best baseball game on the NES, and spawning a series with 5 sequels for developer and publisher SNK. It also comes with some innovative functions like Create Player and Create Team, which have become standard features for sports games now.
It's actually a pretty cool looking baseball game. I don't play too many baseball games, but I need this one for the collection. The label is in great shape, and it's only 10 euros, so for an NTSC only game that I can add to my collection right now, I'm gonna go for that. So after adding baseball stars to my shopping list, I pretty much just leave, because otherwise I'm gonna spend even more money. This was a great event done by Gamewalhalla. I hope they're gonna do one next year again. So in this episode, there's definitely another dream coming true, working together, doing a collaboration video with Michael B. the Game Genie. I have loved his work ever since I started watching his channel. It's always fun and refreshing to hear his take on certain type of games. He usually groups a couple of games together and starts talking about those. He also does some streams, so if you haven't heard about him, go check out his channel. It's definitely worth it. And with that being said, this is the end of the episode. I hope to see you guys next week, because that's when a new episode comes out. And yeah, have a great week, guys. See you guys later. Bye. Uw lijst, maar ik heb niet.
Ja, maar nee, maar...
Heb jij mijn naam nagedaan met uw groene dingetjes? Is dat mijn lijst?
Dat is uw lijst.
Laat eens zien. Fucking stole my list.